Hi, today we'll see how we can run any CAD application on macOS, even if that application is native to Windows. We will see and we will use a virtualization tool. In this case, it will be Parallels Desktop, which is a tool that can get the best out of your machine. In other words, it can take advantage of hardware acceleration, and that is important. The actual acceleration is achieved by translating DirectX commands from the guest OS to the OpenGL API on macOS side. In fact, it is the best tool to run any CAD application on macOS. It is a relatively simple process. However, depending on the application, some specific configuration may be required. SolidWorks is one of those cases. However, for the more common applications such as AutoCAD, the installation is a simple and straightforward process. So let's see how to do this.
Now go to Parallels website. The address is www.parallels.com, or if you prefer, do a Google search. Download the trial version. If you already know it and intend to buy it, please use the link below. You will be helping the channel, and if you use the available code within the indicated period, you will be entitled to a 10% discount.
Download the file. However, I have the file already downloaded, so I will run the installer right away.
Now, let's start the installation process. This is a DMG file that will be on your download folder. This window will appear. Double-click on the icon to start the installation. Enter the administrator password to authorize the process. In this case, the script is removing a previous installation. You have to wait for the script to finish and wait for the installation to end. After the installation is finished, you will be shown an option to download an online version of Windows. As you can see, you can purchase it immediately or choose to download it, after which the key will be required. I will choose to install Windows from a pre-existing image. This is the option that I will use because I already have the image on my disk. There's an option for bootcamp users too. For those who have installed Windows in a bootcamp partition, you will be able to access it directly, not needing to reboot all the time you want to use Windows. However, I have an alert to you that the desktop Parallels will not be so versatile. Okay? Certain options will not be available if you use bootcamp option.
One of those options has the possibility to use Snapshots, and that is a very useful tool. In fact, this is one of the reasons why I use Parallels. This option allows you to perform a full disk backup very quickly and very effectively. A saved image of a Windows snapshot. Imagine that. Let me give you an example. Imagine that you want to install a certain software that you are afraid of. Take a snapshot of Windows, which is nothing more than a disk image at that precise moment. It will take you 1 or 2 seconds to complete. It is a very fast process. Then install the software you want, and at any time you can reverse to the previous situation without any difficulty. This is contrary to what happens in a normal Windows installation. When you use a system restore tool like the one that is embedded on Windows, you can run into a serious problem. In this case, it never gives you any problem, since it is a virtual disk image. The restoration itself is also a very fast process. This is indeed a consideration to take into account when using bootcamp in a virtual environment. I will then perform the installation based on a pre-existing image that is already on my disk. As you can see, the image is already available in the window. Now let's start. It's asking for Windows key. I will ignore it. If you have the key, this may be the time to type it. You can always enter the key after Windows has finished the installation.
If this window appears, you can indicate the purpose of this installation. In this case of CAD software, choose Games Only. This option will give you the best performance. However, it also implies less autonomy of your computer. The first option is for lightweight use based on productivity, programming, or web-based applications.
And let's continue with the second option, Games Only. For those of you who are installing Parallels Professional, you will have a specific option for CAD or graphics, with the possibility of giving you more CPU cores and more RAM on the configuration. I would like to point out that the normal version, the version we are seeing here, is limited to 4 CPU cores and 8 GB of RAM. Be warned that the student version or standard version does not offer the options that allow greater performance, nor does not allow for a posterior upgrade to the professional version. There is yet another situation that should be clarified now. This tool implies an annual subscription. Let's continue. Assign a name to your virtual machine. You can already see the space that will be applied to the disk, and do not worry about this issue, because it is a dynamic image and it will grow according to the needs. Of course, it depends on the space that you actually have available on your computer. Either way, it takes up less compared to the native Windows installation. Thus, we are facing a dynamic virtual partition that increases accordingly to the needs. Now click on Create. Windows will start to install. The process is fast. The installation usually takes place without any questions, because it is being done based on a specific parallel script. Eventually, you can have to choose which version of Windows you want to install. In the end, there are no drivers to install, and the operating system is ready to be used at that time. Now I'm going to speed up the video to the point I have to choose which version of Windows I want. In my case, I will choose Windows Pro. You must choose the version indicated on your activation key. The installation is now complete, and for Windows there is nothing more to do. This browser you can see is Microsoft Edge. At this point it makes some sense to configure some of the options that are provided by Parallels, namely how many processing cores you want and maybe the amount of RAM. So I will close Windows to be able to access these options. A shutdown is required, otherwise you will not have all the options available. Let's shut down Windows. After closing, you should see a window like this, or if you click on the Parallels icon on the dock, you can call the preference to make these changes. Let's click Preferences. Navigate to the Hardware tab, select CPU and memory, verify if you have the maximum CPUs available, and for the memory, select the maximum available. As for the graphic memory, the maximum will be 2 GB, but I will let the system do this management. As for the resolution, I will leave it scaled because it is the one that works best with CAD applications. This option is pre-selected because at the beginning of the configuration we choose Game option. Close the option window and start Windows. Windows will start in full screen, and if you want to access the dock, you have to press the keys Ctrl plus Alt. Now check if the screen settings are what you want, and you can change the resolution to whatever value you want. This is related with your monitor. Now let's go to autodesk.com. I will search on Google for Autodesk Student. Let's open, and now I will log in, and after that I will be back again. Okay, I'm logged in. Let me choose the AutoCAD version, Windows 64, English. Okay, and start installation. This will take a bit. Okay. The installation of AutoCAD has finished. Now the installation script will see if the product is registered and then will activate itself. Let's wait a little more. All went well. Finish. And here we have AutoCAD running on macOS. Let's see if we have hardware acceleration. Okay, config, graphics config. And now hardware acceleration is on. Okay, press OK. Let's create a circle. Okay, the lines are a bit jagged. I will need to activate smooth lining. This is done on the previous window. But first, let me see if the layers window opens fast. Okay, Everything is okay. Let's open again graphic configuration, click details and activate smooth line display. Press OK. Okay, now we have anti-aliasing on our entities. One more thing, after Windows updates itself, and if you notice any instability or the system is slower, once in a while you must reinstall Parallels tools. This must be done with Windows open, okay? Now let's close AutoCAD. As for the backups go, you can and should use Parallel Snapshot. As I said, it is indeed a very useful tool. And to create a restore point, simply click on Action. You can click on Take Snapshot or Manage Snapshots. Let's start the first snapshot. Click on New, give it a name. This is the first snapshot. It's the one that has already Windows and AutoCAD installed. Give it a description for you to remember later on. Okay. And the snapshot is done. Okay, we have one snapshot and the current state. Now I will close this. Let's go to WinRAR. It's a little application. I will click on the 64 bits to download it. Now the installation process, install. Okay, close. I will run it to see if everything is okay. Okay, the application is working fine. Close the window. Go again to Actions, Manage Snapshots. You could click on Reverse to Snapshot, but I will go to Manage Snapshots. And as you see, we have the first snapshot, the one that don't have WinRAR. I will save this one since I want to revert it again. Let's give it a name, Windows 2, and a description with WinRAR installed. Save. Okay, we have now two snapshots and the current state, and now Parallels is reverting to the state where WinRAR was not installed. What we have here is the browser on the previous state with the Autodesk site open. As you can see, if you search for WinRAR, we cannot find it. This is a Wikipedia page. Okay, we do not have WinRAR. Now click again on Manage Snapshots and let's go again for the latest snapshot that we have taken that has WinRAR already installed. It's reverting again. As you can see, the browser shows RAR Labs. That's the page of WinRAR. And here it is, WinRAR installed and working. And so we come to an end. If you like it, click on the thumbs up button. If you want to receive a notification whenever a new video is created, subscribe to the channel. It is a simple gesture, but helps the channel grow, giving it greater visibility. So, I appreciate your help, and until the next video.